Hello, hello, Luna loves. Hi, Sanjita. Hi, Luna Moon. Thanks for the new sub. How is everyone doing? Hi, YOLO. I am doing well. So welcome back to everyone who has been here before. Welcome if you have not. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the first 10 people for a free reading. So I have Sanjita, Luna Moon, and YOLO so far. All right, we'll add CC Sagittarius. Just clearing the energies here. We're going to go with the first 10 people that come in, so make sure that you say hi. The first 10 people will get a free reading. All right, so far we have Sanjita, Luna Moon, YOLO, CC Sagittarius, Aniri, and JJ. Hello everyone, love all the hearts. We have 4 more spots available for free readings. Crystal, I'll add you to the list. I feel like my throat is like super congested right now. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it doesn't keep happening. Maybe someone's throat chakra needs some clearing. All right, so DG. We have 2 more spots for a free reading. And then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so the next one I have is Xiao. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Xiao. I have tea. I have it right here. I got this little mug. My nephew got it for me. It says Auntie Corn. Isn't that so cute? It's like a normal aunt, but more awesome. So I'm drinking tea right now. And then I have Alyssa. All right, so, all right, that's okay, DG, that's funny. All right, so free list is closed for now. I've got my 10 names. So I'm going to add that here. So free list is closed, but if anyone else comes in and would like a reading, they can donate. If anyone that's on the free list does not want to wait for a free reading, you are more than welcome to donate to bump you up on the list. But we're going to try to go a little bit quicker than usual because I do want to help as many people as I can. So, Sanjita, you can go ahead with your question, and then Luna Moon, go ahead and get your question prepared, and I'll ask for that towards the end of the reading. Aneri, you're number 5. Sanjita wants to know a marriage proposal was coming, but his mother did not agree for some reason. Whether this marriage proposal will come again. Okay, so you want to know if he will propose again. Okay, if the Pisces will propose to Sanjita. Okay. Will the Pisces propose to Sanjita? Marriage proposal was coming. The boy's mother didn't agree. Will the proposal come again? Will the proposal come again? Wow. You know what's so crazy is all my cards are upright, okay? And if they come out in reverse, then they come out in reverse, but I don't ask them to. I don't shuffle any which way. I make sure they all are upright. And as I shuffle, if they happen to fall in reverse, and that's what happens. And they all came out in reverse, and like that's very rare for that to happen. It's feeling like, to me, this is likely a no. When it comes to depicting the future, the future is not a fixed thing. It's mutable. It's changeable. It's it's surrounding the current energy of how things are currently going right now. So it feels like it's unfavorable. It feels like it's unlikely. With the High Priestess coming in reverse, it's making me feel like there's some blocked, like, subconscious things going on. Maybe the Pisces is not trusting their intuition, not trusting what it is that they really want to do, not trusting what it is that they feel that they want to do, maybe focusing a little bit too much on what other people want from them. And they need to focus a little bit more on their inner knowledge, their inner voice. We also have Temperance. So there's some imbalances here. There's some tipping of the scales with the Judgment, maybe some self-doubt and some refusal for self-examination. With the Ace of Cups in reverse, we have some blocked or repressed emotions. So not coming forward and not making that move. And the Eight of Wands in reverse is about delays. It's about stagnant energy. It's about holding off or holding back and not coming forward. So, Sanjita, it makes me feel like, as far as this question, is the proposal going to come again? Right now, it feels unfavorable. It feels like this Pisces is not wanting to examine what's really going on, not wanting to really step into their power, maybe confront their mom or whoever it is in the way. Because like I said, with the High Priestess, it's all about self-examination here with the Temperance in reverse. It's all about really paying attention to what it is they want, their inner knowings, their inner subconscious, and the Ace of Cups is suppressing their own feelings and suppressing their own emotions about the situation, and the Eight of Wands is about not stepping forward, delays, holding back. So it feels like unless they're able to release and turn these cards around, it's feeling like a no in the moment. So I don't want to say it's not ever going to happen, but right now they have some blocks that they need to release. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Sanjita. I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity. I hope that this person's able to turn it around, because I feel like whoever it is that, if it's you that they care about, that there's obviously feelings there, but they're letting someone get in the way. They're letting someone or something get in the way of that. The camera might go out for a second. I just got a notification that I have a donation. If you guys donate, let me know as well, because sometimes I don't always get notified. I use my phone as a webcam, so sometimes I don't always get the notification. Let's see, the PayPal link, yeah, I'm typing it right now for you. Hold on one second. The camera's giving me trouble, but it should come back in just a minute. I just sent the PayPal link. All right, so I think the camera should be back now. All right, so Micah donated, and that was on Cash App. So give me 1 second here to add that to the list. And then we have, yeah, Luna Moon. we do have a similar name. All right, and then after that we have AG the Goat with a donation. AG. So Micah, if you haven't posted, go ahead with your question since you were the first donation. Okay, Micah, I just saw your question. All right, so Micah wants to know, how does the Aries feel about me currently? Okay. How does the Aries feel about Micah? For anyone who's just joining us, the free list is closed right now. If you want to donate, you can. All the information scrolling along the bottom of the list. I mean, the bottom of the screen, sorry. So I have PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, so you can donate if you want to be added. Donations do take priority. But my free list is closed at the moment. If I have time after I get through all the free list and donations, I might open up another free list. But you would just have to wait and see if that's something that I have time to do. I am trying to get through these a little bit quicker. But if you want to guarantee a reading, then I would just go ahead and donate. And then once you do donate, just let me know in the chat that you did. So Micah wants to know, how does the Aries feel about me, current energy? Okay, how does Aries feel about Micah? How does Aries feel about Micah? How does Aries feel? How does, wow, too many cards here. How does Aries feel about Micah? How does Aries feel about Micah? Thanks, Luna Moon, for letting them know. Clarify the Seven of Swords, please. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Okay, so we have the Hermit, We have the Seven of Swords clarified by the Three of Cups. We have the Hierophant, and we have the Queen of Swords. So as far as feelings towards you, this person feels that you are very intellectual. Someone who has a lot of perspective, someone who maybe, someone who's very honest, someone who's very truthful, and they actually appreciate this about you and maybe respect this about you because they feel like they're not always the most honest or truthful. They feel like you're extremely authentic, and they appreciate that, almost like admire that about you. The Queen of Swords is someone who is very like, they're quick thinkers, they're very organized, and like I said, they have this perspective, like this perception that it's like they can see everyone's perspective. They can put themselves in other people's shoes and just really like understand where everyone's coming from, probably because of their past experiences. They're very independent people as well. They're very matter of fact, as they want to know just the hard, honest truth. And what I mean by that is a lot of times Queen of Swords can be very cold people. Not that they're emotionless, but they have been through a lot of maybe like heartbreak, heartache, possibly, if not with relationships, maybe they've been through some things in their life that's made them just not want to be hurt again. They maybe build up some walls and they just want to make sure that like whoever it is that they're considering letting into their heart is just real. And so they're very just matter of fact. So they notice this about you. The thing is that when we have the Seven of Swords and the Three of Cups, it makes me feel like this Aries energy is not being completely 100% themselves, not being true to themselves, either deceiving themselves and trying to come across as someone to you that they aren't 100%. Maybe they're not being truthful about their feelings, or they're just not being truthful 100%. And I'm feeling it's more like they're not being truthful because we had that clarified with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups can indicate celebration. It can indicate just being with your friends and like having a lot of fun. But usually when clarified with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Cups together, it makes me feel like maybe he or she has other intentions. I'm not sure if this is a female or male or like what the pronoun is, but Three of Cups can signify that there's like a third party energy here involved. And a lot of times it can be romantic. So maybe there's an interest here that the Aries has with someone else and they're not being completely honest with you about it. The Hermit energy also means that this person, the Aries, can be self-reflecting, going within, doing a lot of isolation. Like I said, maybe not being 100% truthful about how they feel, maybe trying to figure out what it is that they want from you or want with you out of the relationship. The Hermit is someone who's trying to do some soul searching, maybe trying to get out of this energy a little bit, because to me, the way the cards laid out, they're kind of looking at this energy. So maybe trying to get away from this energy a little bit. The Hermit is someone who is trying to do some deep introspective work, but it could just mean that this person is trying to be alone and seek some guidance within themselves. The Hierophant is all about group identification and how someone identifies, what their beliefs are, what their values are, and kind of like conformity as well. So the Three of Cups could even be just about him hanging out or her hanging out with their friends and them maybe just trying to put on this front and being a certain way and not being their true selves. That could also be what this is. It may not be a third romantic interest. It could just be this person. You know how like when you hang out with your friends and they're not necessarily like who you normally would hang out with, but you want to be accepted by them. And so you act like them, or you do the things that they do, or you get pressured into being like them or hanging out and doing the things that they do, and you're not really being true to yourself, but you feel like you want to identify with them, you want to conform with what it is that they're doing because you want to have that community. you know, maybe that's stopping them from moving forward with you or in a relationship with you or having a friendship with you, whatever it is that you're looking for. And maybe that's what's causing this soul searching. Overall, the energy here is this person, I'm not seeing like romantic feelings right now. I'm feeling like this person's really trying to figure out who they are, what they want, and there's some kind of deception going on. Maybe it's an internal deception. It could be a deception towards you, but it could be just like maybe they're just trying to figure out what it is that they want before they can pursue something with you. But they do see you as someone like very independent, very just it's almost like I feel like this admiration. I feel like this just almost like they want to be like you because you're so truthful and you're so honest, you're so real. You're so utterly and essentially like in your own person, and they're kind of like in awe of that. Um, so it's hard to say, you know, if there's any like romantic feelings. I feel like that didn't really come up right now, and maybe that's not really what you wanted to hear, but like those are the cards that I'm getting. Although I do feel like some evolution here with the Hermit card, especially that, you know, maybe they're trying to pull themselves out of this a little bit. Um, is this a romantic interest for you, Micah? Since you donated, I feel called to pull like some oracle cards. I'm not sure if this is like a friendship or a romantic interest. You've been dating for 4 months. You think he's getting cold feet? Yeah, there's like some blockages here. Let me see if there's any, because I have a whispers of love. Let me see what we can do to get things back on track here, if there's anything. He's just like, there's something he's like not being completely honest about. I don't know what it is here. Let's see if we can get more information. What else should Micah know? This card keeps trying to drop out. There's more isolation, meditative energy here. What else should Micah know? What else should Micah know? He's trying to let go of things that are no longer serving him anymore. Or with the Six of Swords, that's like walking away from things that aren't serving you anymore. Feeling kind of torn right now. Trying to make a decision about something. So it's saying shift your focus back to love. You guys said that you've been dating for 4 months, so sometimes there's like a underestimating like energy about like just having that like loving high vibe energy. So what it's saying is just, maybe shift back to that. Maybe there's just some kind of like internal struggle and just coming at it from like an angle of being like incredibly understanding. Physical touch, a tender touch can mean so much. I'm kind of getting like going back to like quality time together maybe. I know it's only been like 4 months. You guys kind of possibly, maybe you feel like you shouldn't be like in this place so soon. Let's see if there's anything else that comes out here. Says that there's also here a connection that defies explanation. The thing about the Hermit is a lot of times this has to do with something that he has to go through on his own, and it's not really something that necessarily you can help him with. But at the same time, having your support and knowing that like if there's something he's going through that just knowing that you're there can sometimes help. Sometimes people just pull away. The fact that we have a union of hearts and a love that defies explanation makes me feel like whenever this card comes up that, you guys may have like this, like a soul connection, and that maybe this is just like a karmic thing that you guys are going through that you have to work through. So it's making me feel like it's just a matter of like just shifting the focus back to love, knowing that you guys do have this connection between the two of you, and maybe just making sure that he knows that even though he may have to go through something alone right now, that you're there to support him is kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. But there is definitely something here. He's feeling torn. He's trying to like pull away from things that are no longer serving him. There's like this hibernating isolation thing. So the energy that you're feeling about like him pulling away from you is definitely revealing itself in the cards here. So I'm seeing that for sure. But I think it's pretty promising, though, that you have this card, the Union of Hearts, a love connection that defies explanation. So I would just continue with, like, providing that supportive energy if you can. And then maybe, like, if I can do another reading for you, like, maybe sometime next week or something, maybe we can see if the energy has shifted at all. But I think right now he's just kind of going through some, like I said, some kind of, like, introspection, some isolation right now, and unfortunately the cards aren't really showing me anything else. It's just like he's just spending a lot of time alone, and it's not really wanting me to like push any further. All right, so AG, you can go ahead and go next since you were the next donation. Hey Luna, do you want me to make you a moderator? Are you on like these lives often or just today? Because if you don't want to, no hard feelings. I have another moderator and she's on a lot, but sometimes she misses. And you just seem really good at it, so I just thought I'd ask. Okay, you're a moderator. Thank you. DG, yeah, I'll mention it when it's on the free list. Hey, Laugh. Okay, so right now on donation, I'm about to do AG, and then I have Paris, and then I have Alyssa, and then I have Danny. If anyone else donates, we'll add them, and then if not, after Danny, we're back to the free list, which would be Luna. Yeah, Laugh, you can donate. All right, so let me type this out really quickly before I get to AG, just so, okay, so these are the donations. We have AG, Paris, Alyssa, Danny. Luna, if you can take over the donations list after this, that would be awesome, just so I don't get confused. It's hard to keep up with the chat. I just want to keep it moving. Okay, if you can add Laugh after Danny. Thanks everyone for the donations and the subscriptions. All right, so AG wants to know, how does Letitia feel about the text messages sent this morning? Okay. How does Letitia feel about the text messages AG sent this morning? How does Letitia feel about the text messages AG sent this morning? How does Letitia feel about the text messages AG sent this morning? How does Letitia feel about the text messages AG sent this morning? Woo! Okay, very happy. There's like a lot of a lot of happiness and like passion going on here. We have like a lot of wands energy. So the Page of Wands is someone who feels like a very free spirit, someone who's kind of like marches to the beat of their own drum, and just like this is all very fiery energy. We have the Three of Cups, which is someone who's celebrating, someone who's in harmony, someone who's very like happy about a situation, and feels like that community, like in a sense of like friendship between you, or like that connection between the two of you. We also have the Queen of Wands, which is someone who feels very warm, very vibrant. I'm not sure if either of you are fire energy. I'm trying to see if you put that in here. That would be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Let me know. I'm trying to find your question now. I think you said it's Letitia is the name. So this person is very like vibrant, very like in their highest self. Oh, fire sign. Yeah, romantic, exactly. And very like a social butterfly, kind of like the life of the party. So it's almost like put her back into like a very like high vibe state receiving this message. And the Ace of Wands, I always see it as like the spark of like a new passion or like a new chemistry. You know how like when you start dating someone for the first time and like you guys get those butterflies and like you don't really know what's going to come next, or it's kind of like that spark of like something new. That's kind of what the Ace of Wands reminds me of. So it's like that new beginning and like that potential for something new. So that's what the Ace of Wands is. So it's basically like, as you can see, they're kind of like almost dancing. They're happy. There's this creative energy, the spark of something new. The Three of Cups is like about celebrating and being happy. So there's a lot of like fiery, happy energy here. Let's see if anything else comes out. That's like 4 cards at once. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so there's definitely, more wand energy. There's just like a lot of fiery energy here. But the Seven of Wands is about someone who feels very much at peace about a situation, who feels like they can overcome things. So I'm not sure if you guys have a past or if you guys have had any like challenges either individually or together, or what has transpired, but this person feels very much at peace, very centered about a situation, feels like they're able to move forward, feels like they're able to overcome and move forward from this. So that's the Seven of Wands energy. And there's something here about like working towards something to make something quality. The Eight of Pentacles is someone who is willing to put in the work to make something happen. We also have the Romance card with the Knight of Cups. This is someone who wants to put in the effort to be romantic. It's kind of like the Prince Charming card, but that's like, you know, just so to speak, Prince Charming, but it really can be between, you know, anyone. It's just somebody who is very much into romance, wants to sweep you off your feet kind of card. If that could be vice versa energy, that could be yours, that could be theirs. This is like going on dates, you know, giving flowers, just like the cliche, you know, like sweet romantic stuff. And the Ten of Wands is basically someone who feels a heavy burden or has felt a heavy burden but wants to move forward from that, wants to move on from that. So I'm not sure what's transpired between the two of you, or maybe like this person had a lot going on their own and they want to move forward from it. But I'm just feeling a lot of like new beginning, chemistry, romance, kind of like just wanting to move forward and overcome kind of energy here. She's quiet though, she hides her feelings. Yeah, so I mean, you may have to be the one to like kind of pull it out of her, possibly, you know. Fire energy, that's pretty funny that she's like pretty quiet, but you know, everyone's different. You know, it all just depends on, you know, who they are as a person. It seems like she's kind of coming out of that a little bit. So that's good. I definitely feel like the message was well received. So I hope that that answered your question. Paris or Jade, I think it was either or. If you want to go ahead with your question. You're welcome. I love when they're good responses and good cards. How does Pisces feel about me currently? I'm going to add that the free list part is closed. Hopefully that helps a little bit. So I don't want to be misleading. Okay. How does the Pisces feel about Paris currently? How does the Pisces? Ooh. Okay, so I just want to throw out that this may be your energy or this may be the Pisces energy. I'm not sure. But there's like some, with this star in reverse, someone might be feeling like a little bit worried that, like, hopeless, I guess, is the word I'm kind of looking for. Like a little bit lack of faith or like discouraged or feel like this might not move forward, possibly. So I just want to throw it out there to try not to lose the faith in this, because the Pisces is kind of coming out of like some soul searching, some introspection. With the Hermit, it's like someone who's really trying to figure out their feelings, but we are in for some excitement here because we do have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands indicates some fast movement approaching here, some forward movement, some changes happening kind of suddenly, kind of quickly out of nowhere. Um, so with these cards, it's making me feel like you're probably going to get an offer pretty soon for this relationship to change. The Four of Wands makes me feel like maybe you'll be taking the next step in the relationship, or there will be an offer. Because there's a Ace of Pentacles here, which is the potential to take, an offer from the universe or an offer from someone to take the next step into the relationship, which here, since we're asking about your Pisces, that's who I'm thinking it's going to be from. The Four of Wands indicates taking the next step in a relationship. Yes, it can signify marriage, but if that's not where you are, to me, that just means taking the next step in the relationship. I also see the Four of Wands as like 1111, make a wish, so it can signify wish fulfillment whenever I see this card. So it's kind of what it's making me think of. So don't feel discouraged or hopeless if Pisces is being a little quiet right now. I do feel like kind of suddenly out of nowhere there may be some movement happening, kind of like all of a sudden you're probably going to hear from this person and maybe start to feel like the relationship is starting to evolve kind of quickly and unexpectedly, or maybe expectedly now since you're kind of hearing what I'm saying to you, but I just feel like there is going to be some forward movement within the relationship. I do feel like this person does have feelings for you and does want to move forward with you. You said that's you. Oh, feeling a little hopeless about the situation. Yeah, so we do have forward movement, quick and fast change. We have Four of Wands, which signifies celebrating, being in harmony, taking the next step in a relationship. And we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is about, it could be like, new beginnings. It's about something new. It's about potential. It's about potential and like opportunities, manifesting what it is that you want, and moving forward, that kind of thing. So, he may be a little bit quiet or she may be a little bit quiet, but I would say don't lose hope. Don't feel discouraged. This looks very positive. So I hope that answered your question. And Alyssa, if you want to go ahead with your question. You're welcome. Okay. Oh, hi from the Philippines. Hello. What is coming towards Alyssa and Martin in the next 3 months? Okay. Spirit's telling me to clear this energy. Give me 1 second here. Spirit, what is coming towards Alyssa and Martin over the next 3 months? Yes, what's coming towards Alyssa and Martin over the next 3 months? Okay, so I feel like that's why I'm clearing the sage here. And this is honestly why I really like tarot, because I feel like it gives you perspective and helps you, if you don't like the outcome, if you don't like what this is kind of saying, because like I said, the future is not fixed, you have a way to kind of change the outcome and change kind of how things are going, maybe come at it from a different perspective, a clearer perspective, where it can kind of help you. Because like these cards kind of coming out don't really seem great. And I kind of feel like that's why Spirit was like, light the sage before you do this reading. Like for some reason I was getting called to do that. So let me pull a couple more cards here. Just want to get like the full energy here. Okay. All right, so we have the Five of Cups, Judgment, Three of Swords, Three of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Emperor, King of Wands, and Page of Wands. So initially when I'm seeing the Five of Cups, there's some kind of like loss, regret, disappointment, something happening here. It may be over this like heartache that's happening. When I see it up against the Judgment, it doesn't necessarily mean that something's going to come between the two of you, like you guys are going to like break up or something like that. It could mean that. We have the Three of Swords, which I'm just not going to sugarcoat it. The Three of Swords could mean heartache. It could mean painful separation. But painful separation could mean that, you know, sometimes this card comes up when people like are separated by like military or separated by other circumstances or something like that. So it doesn't necessarily mean like you guys are going to be like separated because of breaking up, but it could also mean like you're trying to heal from like something that is going to happen in 3 months and over the next 3 months. There's like something like painful and traumatic that maybe you guys are going to go through together that you're going to try to heal from. There's some kind of like loss or regret. It could be an argument. It could be a loss that you go through together, not like against each other, but like with each other. Maybe there's some kind of like upheaval or like change in your life, maybe a loss of a job, or there's just some kind of like situation that happens that you guys are going to go through. That's kind of like what it's looking like. And the Judgment is basically saying like you guys are going to try to heal from this and you guys are going to try to absolve yourself of like this pain and heal from it. Judgment's all about healing from these things. And the Three of Cups is a lot of times it could mean like a third party in the relationship, but it a lot of times to me too, like what it signifies is community. It signifies celebration. It signifies coming together and making it through things. It signifies friendship. It signifies creativity. And up against the Seven of Pentacles here, it kind of makes me feel like there's a vision here, trying to grow, trying to come out of this pain, trying to make something and manifest something and trying to like move forward together. Maybe the people in your life kind of help you guys through this. Maybe your friends help you through this and you guys are just trying to like move forward. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there with this first row of cards. Then we have the Two of Pentacles, which signifies trying to create this balance, trying to adapt, trying to manage and prioritize. The Emperor is trying to create some stability in your life. The Emperor is all about having that strength, having that stability, a solid foundation. And the King of Wands is someone who's like a leader, someone who's like an alpha male, someone who's, or it could be female too, because I think Martin's the fire energy, yeah. Is someone who's trying to have that vision and trying to like help with creating that foundation and trying to kind of like bring that balance back together. And then we have the Page of Wands, which is like the free spirit who's trying to have that perspective, who's trying to like have that enthusiasm and almost like you guys are trying to like come back from whatever this is. It's hard to say. I don't know what it is. I don't have, unfortunately, the gift of like foresight. I don't know what it is that's going to happen in the 3 months, you know. Um, there's something that's going to happen, it seems, in the relationship. But the positive here is that you kind of know that something's going to happen that's going to make you guys feel like sad about this, but know that you guys are going to work together and try to get through it. In that he is going to be like that alpha grounded. You guys are going to have like that eagerness and that vision to build like that stability and that strong foundation and create that balance in your life. So lean on each other is kind of like what I'm getting. I really wish I could tell you like what this is. I really don't know. What is the positive side that will happen in the next three months? I feel like it's gonna make you guys stronger. Whatever this is gonna, you guys are gonna become stronger because of it. That's the positive side. It's gonna create a more solid, stable, grounded foundation between the two of you. More effective communication. You guys are going to be able to be more honest and more, like you guys are going to have like more honest, effective communication. Has this already happened then? If you guys are in no contact, has this already happened? I mean, it is towards the beginning of your reading. Oh, okay. There you go. See, that's... Whoa. See, more effective communication. You guys are going to be able to, like, pull the swords out of what's hurting you, what's weighing you down, that heaviness that you're feeling. You're going to be able to... It's like, basically, this card usually depicts someone who's laying on the ground with swords in their back. So this is basically you guys being able to, like, pull that heaviness out. And we also have the the Page of Cups, which is basically, to me, it makes me feel like when the impossible is possible, when pigs fly, basically. You guys are going to have like more effective communication with the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. You're going to have like a lot more conversation, a lot more truth and honesty. And then Page of Cups also signifies messages coming in. So, like, to me, that can mean text messages. That can mean, like, again, more communication, phone conversations, emails, that kind of thing. So that's the positive side, that I feel like you guys are working towards something stronger, it seems. Because with the Emperor, with the solid foundations, the balance, community, having the vision, and then just like him wanting to be that like alpha male, that leader, allowing you to be that free spirit, like not having those like worries anymore. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. But again, you said next 3 months. I pulled this for next 3 months. I continued to pull. That's when we got communication. So I mean, it could be like, 2 months or something before that starts to happen. I just can't say for sure, but that is like the positive side is that it feels like there's like you guys are going to be stronger people, and it feels like stronger together because there's communication here. And I'm sorry, this looks really painful, but it looks more positive. I mean, I'm not seeing any like mending of hearts and things like that, as far as like lovey-dovey, like romance cards and things like that. But whatever it is you guys went through, it's going to take some time to come back from that. So, in time, things will change. And like I said, energy is fluid. The future is fluid. If you guys are able to keep working through that, once the communication starts happening, things could start changing and it could happen quicker. But it's just that's the energy surrounding what we've got going on right now. So that's what I have for you. I'm sorry, Alyssa. I definitely saw healing though, so I'm hoping that that healing helps and starts pretty soon for you. Is there any love coming towards you? Okay. You're welcome. Is there any love? You want me to shuffle again? I always think I'm done shuffling and Spirit's like, nope, do it again. All right. Is there any love coming towards Danny? Any love coming towards Danny? Oh, we got it. It's a Three of Cups kind of Sunday. All right, let's see. So these right here are all what I call yes cards, or likely and very favorable that there is love coming towards you. We have the Three of Cups, which is about community, friendship, and celebrating things. If there's love coming towards you, it's making me feel like this love you probably meet through the community, through going to maybe events, maybe meeting through friends, but also I feel like there may be someone coming towards you whom you've known before. When we have the Six of Cups, it could be someone from your past. It doesn't necessarily mean an ex. I mean, it could be an ex, or someone like an ex is thinking about you. But it could also just mean someone who you've met before from the past, whom you haven't explored anything with. But it could just mean that someone that you've met before that is coming towards you. And as soon as I said that, we got the Knight of Swords, which to me means like a very fast movement. The Knight of Swords is someone kind of hasty. This could be someone of air energy, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is someone who is very energetic, very talkative, kind of restless. So I'm not sure if that sounds like anyone familiar to you, but they're very like action oriented, very communicative. I'm wondering if that's ringing any bells, but because I was talking about this person when this card popped out, let's see if anything else. I think you might be deciding between two different people. It might be also an earth energy, which is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who is very grounded, a little bit more slow moving. You got someone who's very quick here, someone who's very like hasty, fast, and then you have someone who's more slow moving, takes their time. The Knight of, and these don't have to be male either, unless that's what you're looking for. These can be any energy, any pronoun. But the Knight of Pentacles is someone who's very like methodical. They have like their ways that they do things. They are very efficient and conservative. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're boring people. It just means that you'll kind of like understand them more. Like these are more unpredictable types of people, and these are more predictable. Usually these are better for like settling down. But if you're looking for someone who just like you can be like really spontaneous with and kind of crazy with, that may be someone you're looking for. But the Two of Wands usually means that you are deciding between two people, maybe two or more people. So I feel like you have possibly like two coming towards you, and I think that one might be someone you already know or have met before. Danny? Let's see if there's anything else I can tell you here. Are you an air sign? Are you a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius? Because I kind of feel like you can pretty much manifest what it is that you want here. Even if you don't, I still feel like you're like the queen and you get to make your decision. This is someone who's very independent, someone who, regardless of their sign, someone who has like great perspective, they're good communicators. I'm just waiting for you to answer. Yeah, like it's possible that a lot of times the Six of Cups comes up when we're talking about the past. The Six of Cups is about like having nostalgia, thinking about the past, reminiscing on the past. So when we're asking about future love, okay, are you a very independent person with great perspective? Are you like a good communicator? Are you the kind of person who like is like a no BS kind of person, very honest, very truthful? Like is that kind of like your personality? Because if so, you're kind of coming across as the queen of swords in that reading. But the Six of Cups is someone who's thinking about the past. But when we're asking about future love coming towards you, a lot of the times it can signify someone who you may have met before or someone from your past. I mean, it may not even ring a bell because it may be someone from like high school or someone like whom you've met in passing. It's possible like a friend may have introduced you and said like, "Oh, hey, this is my friend Steve," and you met like once at the grocery store or something like that, and like you haven't thought about this guy Steve in like 3 years. You know what I mean? But it's kind of coming up as if it's possible that the person coming towards you, at least one of these options, may be someone whom you've met before. Yeah, the Queen of Swords can be shy. They're very reserved and kind of to themselves. Now, the fire signs, like for example, the Queen of Wands, very outgoing, very social butterfly. But the Queen of Swords is reserved, more kind of closed off. They would even go as far as to stay cold, but they're not really cold-hearted. They're really not. They're just more reserved and kind of like they want to observe you first before they kind of like approach. Is there anything else that Danny should know about love coming towards? Yeah, you definitely have some love coming towards you because the Ace of Wands is about new beginnings, new spark of chemistry, new spark of romance, new spark of passion, new potential. So it's kind of like I don't know if you were here earlier when I was talking about it, but it's kind of like the new date, like when you're dating someone, and you're kind of getting to know them, like you know how you get kind of like nervous, get the butterflies, everything's kind of new and exciting. That's kind of what the Ace of Wands reminds me of. So I feel like you're making a decision between two people. These two people I feel are going to be very different from each other. I feel like one of them you may have already met before. If not, they're going to feel very familiar to you, like as if you have met them before. And I feel like you might meet one of them through your friends, possibly if not in the local community somehow. It's possible that one of them is an air sign and one of them is a earth sign. If not, they have the attributes of those signs. And I feel like you're going to feel like you're kind of making a decision between these two people. It's you. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for you as far as love coming towards you. So I hope that answered your question. That's all I have for you, Danny. Good luck on making your decision. Let me know what comes of it. Laugh, if you can go ahead and post your question. Luna, has anyone else said that they donated after Laugh, or is Laugh the last donation? Okay. laugh. So I was right. Oh, Asmar reached out, like I said. Oh, good. He said he still wanted to talk, but he's just busy with a lot. And you want to know how he feels about you currently. Okay. Thanks for coming back and confirming that. That's awesome. Alright, how does Asmar feel about laugh right now? How does Asmar currently feel about laugh? Okay, yeah, he's busy with the Four of Pentacles here. So if you're worried about like feelings or anything like that, he still got them. He still has feelings for you. He still feels like he can like identify with you, that you guys may even share like the same values or beliefs, or like he feels aligned with you in some way. With the, oh, that just slipped right out. Okay, we have, I feel like that was a that's what she said moment. But we're going to keep this PG rated. So we have Two of Cups. My God, my boyfriend has like corrupted me. All right, we have Two of Cups. And that is like, to me, twin flame. I laugh. I really don't remember what like the last reading was. I definitely remember you, and I remember Asmar, because I was like, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right, but the Two of Cups is like very twin flame to me. Very like deep soul connection, soulmate, kind of like very like, I can't even like explain, very like deep connection. So we also have like the Four of Pentacles here, which is someone who's being like a little bit reserved to their own self right now, which makes sense because you said that they're very busy. You said, what did you say? Keeping with work or just busy? He said he still wants to talk, but he's busy with a lot right now. Just busy with a lot right now. Yeah, so this is kind of him feeling like he just has a lot going on. He's just kind of like keeping to himself. So that's the Four of Pentacles energy, is kind of just trying to reserve your own energy, kind of keeping to yourself, kind of being conservative into your own. The Ten of Pentacles, though, makes me feel like he still sees this future with you. This is like end game. Like whenever I see Ten of Pentacles, I see like end game, because Ten of Pentacles is like when you want all of that earthly possession with someone, like when you want like all of the material earthly things with that person. You want retirement, you want marriage, you want kids, you want pets, you want the house, like you want like all of that great thing, like even the grandchildren, you know what I mean? Like you see like all that stuff with that person, like whatever it is that you desire out of life, you see that in the Ten of Pentacles. We also have the Knight of Pentacles, which is someone who's a bit slow moving. So it would make sense that he's just like, I want to talk. He reaches out to you, but he's a bit of a slow mover. Maybe feels like he's just not ready to like fully jump in right now because he's got other commitments. But here's the Lovers too. So with the Lovers and with the Two of Cups, it's just really making me feel like there's this definitely more going on between you two. There's a deeper connection there, like a soul connection. There's love there, even. And if you guys haven't actually said the words that you love each other, there's like that potential for that love there between the two of you. It's just like this union, this alignment between the two of you. And again, this also means alignment in values and beliefs, just like the Hierophant as well. You guys might even like want to share traditions with each other, or already share the same traditions with each other, or like come from like similar beliefs or like backgrounds or cultures, and like maybe that's kind of how he feels like he kind of identifies with you a little bit, either in that way or just like on a soul connection way. um, I'm just feeling like a lot of like unified love, partnership, attraction. So just because he's busy, I wouldn't be like super worried about that. There's still like, there's still this, this is really beautiful. So I would just respect the fact that, like, he said that he's busy. He needs that time to do whatever it is he wants, or needs to do. But the people that want you and want to be in your life will make time for you. So just always keep that in mind, that if he wants to be there, he's going to make the time, you know? So I hope that that answered your question. You're welcome. I'm so glad, Laugh. You're welcome. All right, we're going to finish up the free list that I started about an hour and a half ago. If anyone wants to donate and move themselves up on the free list, they can. If you are not on the free list and would like to guarantee a reading, you are more than welcome to donate. You're welcome, DJ. Donations are open like until I close them, so you can donate anytime. I'm just gonna go ahead and take Luna Moon's question real quick since I asked. Okay, so Luna, what are Yu's feelings and actions? No contact. Oh, okay. Aneri, thanks for posting your question. I just want to let you know if the chat gets too clogged and we get to yours and like I just want to let you know you might have to repost just because I'm not able to like keep scrolling up. So if people post too soon before their time, I might have to ask you to repost. All right, what are Yu's feelings and actions towards Luna? So we'll ask what are Yu's feelings. What are Yu's current feelings towards Luna Moon? What are Yu's current feelings towards Luna? Yu's current feelings towards All right, so these are the current feelings: 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and what are Yu's actions towards Luna Moon? What are Yu's actions towards, whoa. What are Yu's actions towards Luna Moon? What are Yu's actions towards Luna Moon? What are Yu's actions towards Luna Moon? Please clarify. King of Swords. Will there be communication? Will there be communication? Okay. All right. Oh no. Okay. So Luna, I feel like there's gonna be a little bit of kind of what's already been going on, like pretty much kind of staying the same. I don't really see like any changes in movement. I'm sorry, I'm reading like all of the chat right now. It's so funny because we're both like Luna, so it's like confusing me. I'm like, are they talking about me or are they talking about you? So everyone that's on the free list right now that Luna Moon is putting on there, that's from the list from the very beginning. Like when we first signed on, I took 10 names for the free list. We're just now getting back to it because we've been doing donations. So that's what Luna's doing. So we went back to the free list real quick. Unless there's donations, we're trying to get back to the free list. All right, so Luna, as far as like current, I'm going to go back to your question here. Use current feelings. With the Nine of Wands, this person's got like a wall built up. There's like some, like almost like a barrier. I don't know why, but a lot of times with the Nine of Wands comes up, it's because someone's been kind of like hurt in the past. And they're kind of like not wanting to be hurt. They've got some wounds, they've got some scars. It doesn't necessarily mean that you has been hurt in the past, but a lot of times that's why people build walls. So that's why I want to throw it out there. But this person's definitely like built that barrier. And so when it comes to feelings, it's like you doesn't want to have feelings. You wants this Nine of Pentacles, very independent, very single energy, and would much rather be in that energy than be in feelings. They kind of like are in a little bit like disinterested, kind of apathetic in a way. So it would make sense that there's no contact and no movement because they're kind of like disinterested, and like I wouldn't say go as far as to say disinterested in you specifically. I just think because it's surrounding the Nine of Pentacles energy, it's just disinterested in relationships in general. They very much so, the Nine of Pentacles is very much a independent, single, want to be on my own, doing my own thing, not really tied down, like feeling myself in my own independent energy. That's very much what that is. So I kind of feel like that's kind of where you's head is at. As far as action towards you, we have Three of Swords, which is, I feel like kind of something that's already happened, made you feel kind of like that painful separation, that heartache, maybe that heartbreak from not having that contact. It kind of made you feel sad. Maybe even like a little bit broken up about it. We also have the Five of Pentacles, which is someone who kind of feels like left out. Someone who kind of feels like locked out, left out, maybe kind of empty, kind of like an outsider. So this person maybe distanced themselves from you and made you feel left out in the cold. So the Five of Pentacles, that's what that represents, is someone who feels like they've been like rejected, kind of. And I know rejected seems like a very like harsh word, but that's kind of like the energy of the Five of Pentacles. It's just someone who feels like isolated, um, or like insecure in some way just because of the actions of someone else and what someone else has done. And then we also have the King of Swords. So these actions have been cold towards you. Like the disconnection has been like a bit cold-hearted. When asked for the clarifying cards, we have the Six of Pentacles, which means that you were giving a lot more. Oh, hold on one second. You were giving a lot more than like maybe this other person was giving, or maybe this person gave a lot more in the beginning, got you hooked, and then you wanted to give back, and then maybe like they pulled away, like, or maybe there was like some kind of imbalance there. Maybe you were always the one giving more. Who knows? Who's to say? Only you know. But I feel like with the Six of Pentacles, there was just like an imbalance there between the two of you. And in the end, the actions towards you and probably will continue to be kind of just cold. And it's maybe making you feel like this heavy burden. It's making you feel like you just want to pack up and just like let go. And the actions, the Ten of Wands is someone who's feeling a lot of burden, a lot of responsibility, and that may be partly what he feels about relationships or being with someone else. So I don't want you to take any of this personally. Very much so, this feels a lot like it's on you. Not you, Y-O-U, but like the letter U. This is on you, who you're asking about. To be completely frank with you, I feel like it's kind of narcissistic behavior. I'm getting very narcissistic feelings when I see this reading. So I wonder if maybe you're kind of an empath a little bit, or maybe you're just a very sensitive person, maybe a highly intuitive person, because a lot of times narcissists are drawn to those kinds of people. And I just kind of feel like this person, I don't know, this person's got a lot of stuff to work through. It's not on you. I just want you to know that cliche where it's just like, it's not you, it's me. It is. It's not you, it's you. If that makes sense. But I'm really sorry. Like, I'm trying to make it lighthearted because I know this kind of sucks, but I just feel like this person is just kind of just feeling in their own energy right now and just not really thinking about anybody else. So I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity. Hopefully they can come out of it for their own sake and for anyone else that they ever want to be with in the future, but that's what I'm seeing. YOLO, if you want to go ahead and post your question. Oh no, I'm sorry. Laugh donated. Laugh, if you want to post your question. And then YOLO after that, if you can prepare your question. Oh yeah, Luna, then that might be it. Maybe because sometimes like when people are kind of wounded and they have like toxic partners themselves, like that's kind of like what the Nine of Wands, remember I was saying like someone who has like a lot of wounds and scars and stuff like that can cause themselves to have like barriers and blocks. And a lot of times like narcissistic behavior too can come up because of like traumas that they've been through, and then it kind of like influences them if they don't grow from it. So that could have been the vibe that I was getting. So just be careful of that if like it seems kind of like this person's turning into like a more selfish behavior, but at the same time, you want to give this other person the benefit of the doubt as well, but it just seems like this person's just like more into like what's going on with them. And so maybe they are not narcissistic. Maybe they're just more in like selfish energy, but there's just something there that I was picking up on that was just like me, me, me. I just kept getting that message like I'm in this for me right now. Like, this is about me. And, like, that's the point I was trying to kind of, like, get across. You're welcome. Okay. Laugh. Laugh, I'm doing yours right now. I feel like when we got the Ten of Pentacles, that answer for you, Laugh, is yes. Because there's that end game there. But I'm just going to ask for you. Hey there. Hey everyone that's just joining. All right, so I feel like I can't get any more yes cards than this. So we have, again, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is that endgame card. We have the Chariot, which is about forward movement. We have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about putting in the work. We have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, which is about an offer of new love, new emotions, new passion, new chemistry, new sparks of like potential and offers of like that new relationship. We have the Seven of Wands, which is about overcoming things, which possibly could be overcoming his fear, because there is some anguish here. There is the Five of Swords, which is causing him some tension, maybe because he just needs to be honest. Like you said, that he has a hard time communicating properly. Maybe there's that issue there here of like him having trouble being an effective communicator. But I do see here with the Sun card, this is also very much a yes card, very favorable. And also the Knight of Cups of him wanting to be romantic, wanting to make that offer. And then the Sun card is very vibrant, very warmth, very loving. And like the Knight of Cups is a very like romantic card where you're like wanting to go on dates and like take you out and like sweep you off your feet kind of thing. So I do see the overcoming of this communication here. There is that tension. I do see that this is holding him back a bit. And I do see that overcoming with the Seven of Wands. He just has to push through this. There's like you said, there's that block there, and it is about the communication, because the Queen of Swords is about being an effective communicator, being honest, being truthful about how you feel about things. And I know that it can be frustrating for you because you're just like, can you just tell me? Can you just tell me? Like, be honest. Like, just tell me. And you just like want to shake them and just be like, holy crap, just tell me. But, I'm seeing like Ten of Pentacles again. I'm seeing the Sun. I'm seeing Knight of Cups. I'm seeing Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, putting in the work, the Chariot, forward movement. The Chariot also signifies victory, So to me, I'm just seeing a lot of yeses. I'm seeing a lot of positivity. I'm seeing a lot of just like radiating beautifulness in this reading. So I feel like that's a yes. He just has to overcome like this, like you said, this communication here. Maybe you can help him like be a effective communicator. Maybe like there's some things you can do to like, I don't know, talk to him. Like, I know that you said he's busy, but like maybe you can like ask him questions, or like maybe there's like modalities online you could like help him like figure out a way to like express how he feels about things. Sometimes it's hard, as a person in general, to be vulnerable and express how you feel about things, but I think sometimes it's even harder if you're like divine masculine, because you're more about like action, and divine feminine's more about like being creative, growing, expressing, that kind of thing. And men, divine masculine is like they're more about just like doing instead of saying, if that makes sense. Moon Lem, I go live every week, and I try to go live at least 2 times a week. A lot of the times when I go live, I I basically put a notice like 15 to 20 minutes in advance before I go live. And the first 10 people that join in have a better chance to get a free reading. Sometimes I'll be on for 3 hours. Sometimes one time I was on for 6 hours and I took a second free list. It just all depends on how much time I have in my day to be able to do the free readings. So if you want to subscribe and tap the notification bell, you'll get notified when I go live. You'll have a better chance of getting a free reading next time. Right, because then he opens up and then stops himself. Yeah. YOLO, are you still here? All right. We called for YOLO a couple of times. I don't think they're here. So CC Sagittarius wants to know, will my Capricorn forgive me and come back in the next couple of months? Okay. Will CC Sagittarius Capricorn forgive and come towards CC in the next couple of months? Will Capricorn forgive CC and come back in the next couple of months? All right, so we have 5 of Cups, we have Strength, we have Judgment, and we have 6 of Cups. I feel like this person is working towards forgiveness. Let me see if I can get anything else here. Okay, we're working towards forgiveness. As far as coming back in the next couple of months, it's kind of hard to say. I'm going to see if I can get a more direct answer from my Moonology guidebook. We are working towards forgiveness. I'm going to go, it's very likely that we are going to get forgiveness. as far as, will Capricorn come back to CC Sagittarius in the next couple of months? Will Capricorn come back to CC Sagittarius? The end of a tough cycle approaches. I'm thinking if it happens, we're looking more towards maybe the end of the year, possibly. If I go by what this card says. Now, the end of a tough cycle approaches could mean that it does happen in the next couple of months. But when we look at the actual date here, full moon in Capricorn would mean December to January. So let's just go through what these cards mean here. The Five of Cups signifies a loss. It's feeling disappointment. It's feeling just utter and complete just loss. It could even be your energy feeling regret if you're the one that needs forgiveness. But it's just someone just feeling sadness and disappointment, needing that strength to overcome that sadness. We also have the Judgment card, which is someone who's being absolved and forgiven, someone who's actually doing some healing as well. So the Judgment card is about healing, and it's about absolving yourself from past resentment, past shame, past guilt. So this could also be a message for you as well. But I do feel like it's someone who's wanting to absolve you of these things and healing and moving forward. The Six of Cups is about thinking about the past memories, thinking about maybe what you guys had together and having a bit of that like bittersweet nostalgia towards it, and like just kind of reminiscing about the times that you guys had together, and in a very like loving, happy way. We do have the Five of Wands, which does indicate some conflict. So maybe some tension in that way. Maybe just this person's really trying to, your Capricorn's really just trying to overcome. When I see the Five of Wands in this tarot deck, it makes me think that this person's climbing up to overcome something. So especially since it came like right underneath the Five of Cups and Strength, it's making me feel like this person is working towards forgiveness, working towards overcoming, getting over that loss or disappointment, trying to work towards that strength, towards that healing, and thinking a lot about what the two of you had together. The Queen of Cups is someone extremely compassionate, someone who forgives, someone who has emotional intelligence, someone who is very just loving and doesn't want to hold grudges, someone who wants to release and let go of things. So this all seems very positive for a reading of forgiveness. It makes me feel like working towards this in the next couple of months is definitely something that is going to happen for the Capricorn. As far as coming back to you in the next couple of months, we do have the end of a tough cycle approaches. So it does go well in line with the reading of the cards that I'm seeing here. I can't say for sure if this person is going to come back to you in the next couple of months, but it does seem like there is going to be forgiveness here. And if this person does come back, it is possible it'll be the next few months, but if we are going to go by this card, and if this person is going to come back, I would say between the next couple of months, maybe between the next couple of months and the end of the year. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, and I hope that that answers your question. That's all I have for you, Cece. You're welcome. All right, so Aniri, go ahead with your question. You're so welcome. Will you pass your exam in the first attempt. Bye, Cece. Okay. All right, Aniri, so the Canada question is, it's kind of like a question of free will. But I can give you, like, as far as any questions of like the future, it's all about like favorable and unfavorable, because the future is mutable. The future is malleable. It's changeable. It always goes off of the current energy of what it is that your life, how your trajectory is currently going. So I can definitely ask the question, and I will give you, an answer like likely to happen. But I can't give you like 100% guarantees, because you can change your mind tomorrow and decide that's not what you want to do, and then it doesn't happen. So your free will overpowers or overrides the current future, if that makes sense. Hi, Whitty. How are you? Okay, so, well, Aniri pass. I'm not sure how to pronounce that type of exam, but I'm reading it as I'm asking. So, well, Aniri pass you. So let's exam first attempt. Aniri pass the exam first attempt. All right. So what I'm getting here is it's more favorable that you will pass the second time around opposed to the first, because I think that you're stressing out a lot about this. We have the Six of Swords and the Five of Swords for the question if you're going to pass it the first time around. That it's like if the Six of Swords is about like letting go of things that aren't serving you anymore. The Six of Swords is about pushing forward, about it's kind of like a rite of passage in a way. It's kind of about like putting things in the past that belong in the past and moving forward. And I feel like you have like a lot of tension going on right now. You have like kind of like a lot of internal conflict, and like you kind of maybe have a lot riding on this. And I feel like that's kind of putting you in a situation where it's unfavorable for you because you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to pass this the first go around. I feel like if you can let go of the outcome, if you can just put your focus on like trying to just do what it is that needs to be done rather than the outcome of passing and take the pressure off of yourself, it will be more favorable that you will be able to pass it. But you're just putting a lot of stress on yourself. We have the card believe in the impossible here, and I feel like right now you're just so focused on are you going to pass that it's taking away the focus on actually like the productivity and like the work that you've put into it and like the studies on actually like passing the exam itself. So it seems because of how much pressure you're under and the outcome itself, because you're just trying to pass on the first attempt, that it's making it the situation more unfavorable for you to pass because you're so focused on the outcome. The second go around here, if you were to take it again, it is more favorable because I think that you would have gotten the pressure of the first exam out of the way, that maybe you feel like less pressure, less stress because you have already understood the expectations, you would have already been through it before, and maybe it would be easier for you. We have a time for healing, and like I said, maybe that's because it's less pressure. The world indicates victory, success, completion. We also have the Page of Pentacles, which is about like manifestation, prosperity, that kind of thing. So it's not that it's impossible or like not, it can't happen in the first go around. I feel like though, unless you're able to like let go of the outcome and you're able to just put the focus on the exam itself and you're able to believe in the impossible, that's the only way that you're going to be able to pass it in the first attempt. So that's why tarot is good, because it's kind of like giving you that perspective to maybe help shift that energy and maybe help change the outcome of what would have been, if that makes sense. So, and then as far as the Canada, we have Three of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and Eight of Pentacles. So that's another thing too. You're putting a little bit of pressure on yourself. With the Eight of Swords, we have some self-imposed restriction. And self-imposed restriction is kind of like where it's all in your mind. Maybe you feel like it's something that you cannot achieve. And I want you to know that like if it's something that you desire, you can achieve it. We have Three of Pentacles, which is about teamwork. I feel like I see you doing like a lot of things with other people there. We also have the Eight of Pentacles, which is putting in a lot of work and effort. So with the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, it's making me feel like this is a possibility. But will you be able to pass in the second time? That's what it looks like. It does look like that. It looks like you could even do it in the first time around. But you have to believe that you can. You have to like let go of the outcome. Let go of what's no longer serving you. Just take the test. Just focus on the test itself and take the pressure off. But the second time around looks more favorable because I understand it is kind of like a lot of pressure, But the second time does look more favorable. We have, like I said, the world is about success, victory, completion. The world also indicates travel as well. So that's making me feel good about you going to Canada for study if that's something that's not, I assume, not where you live. So we have the Three of Pentacles, which is about teamwork, coming together, maybe like study groups, that kind of thing. And then we also have the Eight of Pentacles, which is you putting in the work to get to Canada. As long as you can just like release that pressure, release that tension, release that self-imposed restriction. It also looks very favorable that you're going to be going to Canada. Yeah, that's what I asked. I specifically asked, will you be going in 2020? We have Seven of Wands, which is overcoming challenges, overcoming obstacles, and persevering. So you just have to keep the eye on the prize, know that this is what you want, and just keep working hard towards it. I see a lot of time spent with like friends, studying. I feel like Canada is within your reach for 2020. I keep asking the question, will you be going to Canada for study in 2020? And these are the cards that I keep getting. I asked 3 separate questions for you. We have Six of Wands and Knight of Wands. So Six of Wands is about celebration, feeling celebrated, getting that recognition, that public recognition. And so I feel like as well, you might be getting recognized by like family and friends for having succeeded and completing your exams and, you know, being able to go to Canada and do the study. We also have the Knight of Wands, which is about like following your passion, going on an adventure, that kind of thing. So again, these cards were surrounding the question of 2020. These were surrounding the second go around for the exam, and these were the first go around. So I feel like it's more favorable you'll pass the exam the second time. It's still possible the first, but more likely the second, unless you can let go of the pressure of the first go around. As far as Canada in 2020, it seems very likely as well. So I hope that answered your question. And we're going to move on to JJ. Okay, JJ, so I try to stray away as much as I can, like ethically, away from like readings for like other people. If it's not about like you specifically, because like I've done it a couple of times in the past, it just doesn't feel like right. It doesn't sit with me right to like unless I'm reading for you, because I feel like it's kind of like an invasion of privacy. But what I can do, because you want to know about the insecurities in a way to help understand your perspective on your current relationship. What I can do is I can ask about his insecurities so that way it will help your relationship. Yeah, exactly. But so I can basically ask, like, what are his insecurities in a way that would be favorable and beneficial for you to understand him better and provide more clarity in your relationship. But I don't like to ask, like, I really am trying to like stray away from like digging into like other people's like past and stuff, or like futures and things like that. But if you're trying to gain more clarity, more insight in a way to where it benefits your relationship with him, then I can totally ask, like, what are his insecurities, like, in a way to where it provides more insight into, your relationship. Does that sound good? Would you like to do that? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. Okay. What are these securities? Help provide insight for JJ's relationship. What are these insecurities? All right, so this is very heavy. Um, like the whole entire time I was drawing, like my whole body was like heating up, and I have like tears in my eyes a little bit right now. So give me 1 second. I feel like these insecurities come from abandonment. And what I mean by that is I feel like there's an insecurity in a way to where he may feel like people always leave. Like, have you heard that quote? Like, maybe he feels like he's going to be alone, or he's going to be the one where he like always has to make the sacrifices or something like that, because I'm going to go through each card. We have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is where someone's kind of reminiscing on the past or thinking about the past, which would make sense. I feel like that's just confirmation from Spirit to say this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the past, okay? In addition to that, the Three of Swords is confirmation we're talking about the past. I think Spirit just wants, to make it clear here that we are talking about his past relationships. The Hermit is about isolation. The Nine of Swords is about, like, if you look at every single picture here, it's like just a lot of hurt, a lot of isolation, a lot of someone by themselves. So the Hermit is someone on their own, isolated. The Nine of Swords is someone who's feeling like a lot of like anxiety, worry, maybe even insecurity, things that kind of keep them like up at night possibly, or just like constantly just like feel very heavy and worry on their mind. It's almost like they're dealing with like a very cold person. I wonder if like his ex-girlfriend may have been kind of cold, not very loving, or like maybe what happened with them in the past maybe turned them both kind of cold to each other possibly. We also have the Eight of Cups, which is about someone walking away from something, feeling hopeless. It's also Eight of Cups too, actually, now I think about it, is about like abandoning something, about abandonment. It's actually the card of abandoning something. We also have the Three of Swords, which is about heartbreak, heartache, painful separation. The Moon is about secrets, things kept hidden. So he may have insecurities because maybe in his past secrets were kept, illusions, maybe they weren't being completely honest with one another. We also have the Hanged Man, which is about it's about sacrifice. So maybe he feels like his insecurities are possibly that he's like always going to be the one sacrificing in the relationship. So I mean, I don't know exactly what's transpired between them. That's not the question that I asked. Like I said, I'm not trying to dig into their relationship. I'm trying to just see what his securities are. But I feel like almost he feels like that impending doom of being alone, being left alone, being lied to, being abandoned, being the one that has to sacrifice in the relationship. His ex-girlfriend was impregnated by another guy. I'm not sure about any betrayal. She left him for the other guy. I think it's making sense. Yeah. Yeah. It was very, very heavy. Like, when I was drawing these cards, I want to say that the key insecurities is feeling like like he's gonna end up alone. Like it's not like people are gonna leave him, or like he's not good enough or something. Another insecurity is being lied to, not someone not being honest, and feeling like they're constantly giving more to the relationship than the other person. That's kind of what I'm getting. So I hope that answered your question. Yeah, those are painful cards. I'm sorry it's making sense. That's sad. But I'm glad it's making sense. You're welcome. Thanks, Crystal. I might have you repeat your question. Yeah, thank you. Eva, is he lying to me about something? Okay. Thank you. Okay. So Eva wants to know, why is Nick acting distant? Is he lying to me about something? Or is he just not interested? Okay, so Eva, we can do is we can ask how he feels about you, because that will answer if he's interested, if he's lying, that kind of thing. So we can just ask how he feels about you, because if he's lying about something, usually we have deceitful cards that will come up. If there's like a third party energy, the Three of Cups will come up. If he's not interested, the Four of Cups will come up. That kind of thing. So if you just want me to ask how he feels about you, we can just kind of put it all in one. Okay, sounds good. Why is Nick acting distant? Okay, so how does Nick feel about Ava? How does Nick feel about Ava? How does Nick feel about Ava? All right, Eva, I'm not seeing anything about lying. I'm not seeing anything about not being interested. I think that he just hasn't figured out what it is that he wants. I don't see anything about wanting love. I don't see anything about wanting single energy either. So there's no lying. There's no not interested. There's no single energy. There's no romance energy either. So I think that he's pretty much just like in the middle. And maybe that's why he's been distant, because maybe it's possible he just doesn't really even know what he wants. Um, as far as his feelings towards you, I can go through each card though and kind of like explain what I've got here. Um, we have the Six of Cups. So whatever it is that you guys have had together, he is thinking about the relationship or the friendship or whatever it is that you guys have already experienced. He is thinking about these moments that you all have had together. With the Ace of Swords, this is about new incoming communication. This is about trying to have that mental clarity and breakthrough. So maybe that is something that he is working on at the moment. We have the Ten of Wands. So there is something that's making him feel like he's being weighed down a bit. With the Ten of Wands, there's like a burden, a heavy responsibility. It's possible that the distance has nothing to do with you at all. And maybe that there's a heavy burden or responsibility outside of you or the relationship with you, maybe work or other responsibilities. And that's why he's kind of distanced himself from you. And it really has nothing to do with you or the relationship. It just has to do with other things, like other elements. We also have the Magician. The Magician is someone who's trying to manifest things into their life. This could be your energy, this could be his. But the Magician is all about raw power. It's about trying to create a reality, what it is that you want in your life. So maybe that's what he's focusing on. It's possible if that is his energy that he's trying to create a life of his dreams. He's trying to plant the seeds and trying to create what it is that he wants out of life, and trying to kind of concentrate on that. And maybe that's kind of shifting his focus, and that's where he has his attention right now. Maybe that's why he's kind of distanced himself from you at the moment. We do have Six of Wands, so his feelings towards you, he feels like you're someone to be celebrated. You're someone who deserves that recognition, that you're someone to be adored, someone to be admired. The Six of Wands is about having that public celebration, that public recognition and appreciation. But we do have the Hermit, so he's kind of going within, maybe doing some soul searching, like I said, to kind of figure out what it is that he wants to kind of bring that into his life. And that could be what's causing the distance. So I feel kind of like right now it may have nothing to do with you at all. We do have the Wheel, which is very positive, because when asking questions about you and how he feels about you, the Wheel is about good luck. It's about good fortune. It's about life cycles and karmic cycles. So sometimes that makes me think that you guys could be like karmic partners. And basically, in a nutshell, what that means is that you guys made a agreement or like a contract to meet in this life and to kind of live out like a soul contract with each other within this life. So that could mean that you guys are karmic partners, or maybe on some level you could be like a soulmate or something like that. But it's overall very good luck and good fortune. So maybe it's just something that he kind of has to work through right now before you guys can come back together. Um, the Wheel of Fortune also means like it's a turning point. So since it's towards the end of your reading, it could mean that there's like a turning point happening. Maybe once he kind of clears up this kind of stagnant energy and kind of works through whatever these blocks are, you think you are karmic partners. That maybe there will be a turning point in your relationship upcoming. And then we also have the Two of Pentacles. So it's like him trying to create that balance. So maybe he doesn't understand how to create that balance with his responsibilities or with his like extracurriculars, you know, like the things that he wants to do, and also like having a relationship. Maybe he's trying to figure out how to create that balance. And then once he's able to do that, then you guys, you know, could move forward. So like I said, it doesn't look like he's keeping secrets from the cards I have here. It doesn't look like he is disinterested in a relationship or disinterested in you. I don't have relationship cards here or lying cards or anything like that. It really just seems kind of like in the middle at the moment. I feel like he's just kind of trying to figure things out right now. But I feel very positive about like the wheel, that he's trying to create that balance, that he is doing the work with the soul searching and all of that, and then he does look to you as someone who's to be admired and someone to be appreciated and celebrated and that kind of thing. So I feel like as far as his current feelings, it doesn't seem like he's disinterested in you or anything like that. I just feel like he's kind of just focusing on doing his own thing right now. So you said, yeah, he is spending most of his time doing his motorcycle and not spending time with me. Oh, he lied to me a lot in the past about third parties, and I'm giving him another last chance, but he's acting distant. So it makes me feel like it might not be worth it because he's putting in minimal effort. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing anything about deceit. I'm not seeing anything about third party. You know, I mean, if I were to keep going and things like that, or you were to have a personal reading with me, of course, I could look probably more into it, or like, you know, we could spend like 30 minutes like really asking like the hard questions. But as far as like a free reading kind of thing, or not a free reading, but like a quick mini reading, because I know you donated, I just feel like I'm not seeing any of that. So if you feel in your heart and intuitively that, you know, you want to give him another chance, maybe if you would just want to let him kind of work through what it is that he's going through right now, there is luck on your side. And here, whenever I see the wheel, I feel like it's kind of like divine intervention a little bit. I feel like whenever I see the wheel, it makes me feel like you guys are on the right path. The wheel kind of makes me feel like it kind of is that confirmation from spirit or from the universe or whatever it is that, you know, you believe in, that you're like aligned and you're like heading in the direction that you need to be heading in. So I would just say go with your intuition, go with what you believe you want to do. But at the same time, if, you know, you said, yeah, no third party, just putting in minimal effort. Well, only you know, like, you know, how long you're willing to let this go on for. So maybe just give yourself like a timeline and say, okay, well, if he hasn't put in more effort by this time, then I'm just going to let it go and just leave it to the universe. So it is, you know what I mean? That way you don't feel any regret and you could say, I did my part and I did my best and it is what it is kind of thing. So be it. But, you know, karmic partners, sometimes they have to separate to come back together. So if you really feel like you're karmic partners, maybe this is just your time where you're not together. You're welcome. Hey, hon, when are you going to take a shower? Are you going to hang out here for a little while? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to do, for you, AG, I'm going to do Whispers of Love. And the Lover's Path Tarot. All right, this is for AG. All right, so we have, from the Lover's Path, we have Power, Wisdom, Six of Cups, and Fortune. Power is the Emperor, which is all about having solid foundations, stability, and structure. Wisdom is the High Priestess. Wisdom is about inner knowledge, intuition, like the inner knowings, the subconscious mind, and mystery. The Six of Cups is about looking in the past and having that nostalgia for the past, looking back on memories fondly and the moments that you shared together. And Fortune is about good luck. It's the Wheel of Fortune, so it's about good luck and fortune and life cycles together, as well as like karmic cycles and where things are having a turning point. It could also mean like destiny as well. As far as love messages, we're going to pull some Oracle, which is from the Whispers of Love. messages are like attracts like. It says it's about the law of attraction, and if you're wanting more love, to be more loving, which I feel like is kind of what you did earlier about sending the message that you sent. It's saying that you are limitless. So the messages here from Letitia is that you can do anything and that you are limitless. It's asking you to be more supportive. So it's saying make a genuine effort to show that you care. So I feel like you did that. So by having that message is just confirmation that was well received, and it's asking for a physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. So I feel like Letitia wants to be closer to you in a physical way. And let's see if anything else comes out here. She also says new love, embrace an opportunity for love, for new love, and for spiritual growth. So it looks like, remember earlier when I said that she's open to this and to the message that was sent, that it was very much well received. So it looks like as far as like being supportive here, we have make a genuine effort to show you care, like attracts like, be more loving. So as far as those messages, those like small gestures, that was very much something that I feel like Letitia needed from you. Still wanting that physical touch. A message of new love, kind of like that Ace of Wands. Remember I said that spark? I believe that's what you had in your reading. So very open to like a new beginning. And then also you are limitless is just a very loving message that you can do anything that you choose. And like I said, we have stability here, solid foundations, inner knowings, looking back on like the fondness of the memories that you've shared together, and then looking forward with fortune and luck, and almost like you all have a destiny together. So that's the messages that I'm getting here as far as like the love messages between the two of you. Crystal, if you can post your question. You're welcome. I would just say keep up with like those messages that you've been sending. What are Steven's feelings towards Crystal? What are Steven's feelings towards Crystal right now? All right, so he feels towards you very compassionate, very loving. The King of Cups is someone who's intellectually emotional, or emotionally intellectual, I mean. Very intuitive, even with a divine masculine. And so what they feel towards you is someone who they can be that way with. They can be vulnerable. They can be like emotionally vulnerable with you. As far as the Ten of Cups, this is someone, he feels that he's aligned with you. He feels like he could be happy with you. Feels like he could take the next step in the relationship with you. The Ten of Cups is just in alignment, in harmony, happy, just very beautiful kind of card. We have the Fool too, and he feels like he can be a free spirit with you. The Fool is kind of someone who can tend to be a little bit naive, but in like the most lighthearted, kind of like endearing sense of the word. The Fool is just someone who it's just like really excited about like adventures, and like this can also signify like new beginnings as well. And kind of like being spontaneous. So he feels like he can be that way with you, or like maybe you are that way and he likes that about you. We also have the Two of Pentacles. He thinks that you're a very balanced person. This could be a balanced relationship. We have the World, and the World is about, it can be about travel, but it's also about feeling completed. So it's almost like you feel like another half. You aren't talking right now. Yeah. This is about feeling like someone's other half, or feeling like completed, or like fully integrated with another person. This card also signifies success as well. So, or like accomplishment. So that's what I see with the World. So, how his current feelings are towards you, these are the cards that are coming up. You said you're not talking right now. You love it though. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know why he's not talking to you. Yeah, King of Cups is about being like emotionally balanced, controlled, generous, compassionate, loving. Ten of Cups, or I said King of Cups. Ten of Cups is about being in harmony, alignment. It could even mean marriage, but usually just taking the next step in the relationship and just being like really like joyful. The Fool is about a free spirit, new beginnings, adventure, spontaneity. Two of Pentacles is about being balanced, and the World is about like, I don't know. Right now, I'm kind of seeing it as like the yin and the yang. Like feeling completed, like your other half kind of thing. So that's how I'm seeing the World right now. Which I've never actually seen the World that way before, but that's how it's coming to me this time around. You said, oh, he's your twin flame, and he blocked you. That happens sometimes. I don't know what it is about twin flames. They just like pull away. I would say at least once they pull away. The one that's less sure about the connection, they pull away. I don't know. It's very peculiar. How long has it been? DG, if you can post your question. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would just give it some time. I feel like if that's how he currently feels about you, there's no way that you're not going to hear from him again. Let me know how it goes. What are YT Leo intentions toward me? He is silent. At the same time, not silent. One of those, huh? Okay. I don't know how to deal with him. Okay. What are YT's intentions towards PG? They're telling me to shuffle again. 1 second. What are YT's intentions towards PG? Okay. So I kind of see what you're saying about his chaotic energy. Hold on, let me get a clarifier on the magician here. Please clarify the magician. Let's clarify the magician. Clarify the magician. Clarify the magician. Have you ever met him in person? You said you're long distance. Because this right here, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands right here to me means long distance. Well, it means a couple of things. It means like the actual meaning of the card, but to me it can also signify long distance in this deck. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start here. So I'm going to explain each of the cards and kind of try to like figure out the intentions here because I'm like really confused myself. We have the Fool, but the Fool came in reverse, and the Fool is about, in reverse, is about kind of like being naive, but not in a like optimistic, positive way, just being more like a risk taker, being a little bit like impulsive. So, not really a positive thing. And it's making me feel like that's kind of what you mean by like he's kind of he's talking to you but then kind of not talking to you, like open but then kind of closed, where it's almost like he's not really taking into consideration how that's making you feel. And that's kind of what the Fool in reverse is kind of like representing, like kind of risk taking when it comes to your feelings. We have the Ten of Wands, which is, it's usually in its traditional sense signifies feeling a burden, feeling a heavy burden and a heaviness that comes with this relationship. And the Ten of Wands in this deck to me looks like intuitively makes me feel like either this person's coming to you from a distance or you're coming to this person from a distance, or you guys are at a distance from each other, because it almost looks like this person's traveling from a very long way to get to somewhere that they're going. We have the Magician, which is about trying to manifest things, bring things into their life that they want. So I feel like this could be possibly your energy. Maybe you trying to make this relationship more prosperous, more abundant. This could be his energy as well, because like I did word the question, like what are his intentions towards you? But we also have the Lovers, and the Lovers makes me feel like he does feel this connection. That there is this connection there, because the Lovers is all about being like in alignment with like values, beliefs. There's also like in a way like a soul connection or like a spiritual connection with the Lovers. It's like a very deep, unified love. Whenever I see the Lovers, it makes me feel like you guys are just very aligned in the relationship. There's like a attraction there that's kind of like unexplainable. I also got the Magician clarified here. This is like the Ace of Wands. So it's like the spark of something new, new chemistry, new attraction, new passion, things like that. We have the King of Pentacles, which is a bit slow moving. So maybe his intentions are pure. Maybe he's a bit reckless with like how he's coming across, and he's just not realizing that he's being the Fool in reverse, not realizing that he's like it's unintentional, that he's coming across hot and cold with you. Because naturally, maybe he's slow moving, like the King of Pentacles. Maybe he just takes his time with things, and maybe he comes on strong and then realizes, whoa, I'm coming on too fast. And because he's the king, like the King of Pentacles, and is actually more of a slow moving kind of energy, then he wants to stop things from going like too quickly. So then he like pulls back a little bit, and then he kind of gives you this hot and cold kind of thing. And then it's confusing for you because you're like, what the heck is going on? What's happening? So the Eight of Wands is about forward movement, and not only forward movement, but fast, swift, sudden change, kind of coming out of nowhere. So we have that. So I'm kind of feeling like that's kind of, you're feeling like, you know, you said he talks to you and then he doesn't talk to you, and he talks to you and you're kind of like confused as to like what exactly is going on. And then we have the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords upright is usually someone who feels like a heavy burden, someone who feels like weighed down by this. But the Ten of Swords in reverse, whether it's like upright with this deck or it's in reverse, it makes me feel like you're kind of recovering and kind of coming out of this. So I do feel like with his intention, there will be some communication coming. I don't feel like you guys are going to stay in this energy forever. because with the Eight of Wands, the forward movement, the swift change, the Ten of Wands in reverse, where like you guys are recovering from this. And then the Ace of Pentacles, which is the offer of like new prosperity, new abundance, which is also like a new offer. So you have the Ace of Wands, and you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is also a new offer. I just feel like you guys are probably going to come out of this energy. I don't feel like you guys are going to be stuck in this forever. I just feel like he just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I just feel, I'm sorry that he's so hot and cold. It's kind of confusing. Maybe he's just getting cold feet. Maybe sometimes he kind of goes a little fast and then he gets cold feet and then he like tries to slow down a bit. I don't know. It's very weird because like you have the King of Pentacles, which is like the slowest suit up against the fastest moving card, like literally right next to each other. So it's like the slowest moving suit, the slowest moving card up against like the fastest moving card. Like it's so funny. So it's like kind of what you said, how he's like starts a conversation and then he's like not. Oh, he's got some personal problems. Yeah, sometimes we've got like our own stuff that we have to work through. It's kind of hard to like pursue a relationship, you know, because we want to be like our whole complete self before we move into something else. But I do feel like his intentions, like what he intends with you, what he sees with you, I don't feel like it's bad. I feel like whenever what he wanted with you, what he wants, he fully, wholeheartedly intends for it to be good. But I think that he just has some things that's going on that kind of like blocks it or halts it from just progressing just normally at a normal pace. It's almost like he gets cold feet and then just stops himself. Yeah. Let me see if I can get you an advice card here. And then move on to my last one here. All right, so we have back to what you love, reevaluate your desires. So I feel like this is kind of telling you to try not to focus everything on this relationship, that if he has something that's going on right now that he's got to kind of work through, to just make sure that you're not just like focusing everything on this, that you know you have your own passions, you have your own desires, you have your own responsibilities, you have your own life. You know, even self-care, you know, do a face mask, go get a pedicure, that kind of thing. Like focus on what it is that you love and reevaluate some focus and shift that back to you a little bit. that's an advice card from Spirit to not just like focus solely on this, because that'll help raise your vibration as well, make you more attractive and kind of like more magnetic. But we also have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Know that like this is a union of hearts. And it says that there's a love connection that defies explanation. So if you really feel like this is a strong connection, which it says here that it's a love connection that defies explanation, which is kind of like, don't these cards kind of look alike? That you just need to have faith in the situation. Trust your faith that he's going to get through what it is that he's going through. And that you guys are going to have that forward movement. He's going to pull that heaviness out of himself. And that you guys are going to have that new offer of, you know, prosperity and all of that. And hopefully, you know, be able to have some actual time together. So I hope that helps. Anyone that's here, if you'd like to donate, I'm still taking donations, but the free list is closed. Yeah, Swan Teal is awesome. I follow her on Instagram. Thanks, Luna Moon. All right, I'm going to do this last free reading. If anyone else wants to donate, I'll still do reading for you. Luna, if you want to sign off, that's cool. Sometimes people sign in like at the last minute, so, you know, but, you know, you've been here for a while, so you don't have to hang if you don't want to. All right. How can I develop my self-worth and confidence? So I want to let you know that ego is an important part of being human, right? But at the same time, you don't want too much of ego. You know, you want to have a good balance, but intuition is also really important because if you're too much in ego, you're too low vibe. So it's not a bad thing to not have a lot of ego, but at the same time, I understand you want to have more self-worth and more confidence. So we're going to see what's blocking you. I have a abundance deck, which is like a deck that sees what's blocking your energy. And we're going to start with some tarot cards, and then we're going to look into what's blocking your light and what's blocking your energy. They're saying to shuffle again because my cards are like, my deck's getting a little tired. 1 second here. Okay. I'm getting meditation. I wonder if like a meditation card is going to come out here. We also, okay, so first card out is Ace of Cups. And Ace of Cups, so one of your blocks here is blocked emotions. I'm getting blocked self-love, which is probably something that would make sense to you. So you probably have an imbalance in your chakras. It probably would be good to go to maybe like a Reiki healer. You want to tap more into your intuition. You are a highly intuitive person. The reason why you don't have a lot of ego is because you have more intuition, which is kind of what I was talking about before. You're more intuitive than you are of ego, which, like I said, is not a bad thing. We need to open up your throat chakra. I feel like you need like some kind of alignment a bit. That will help you develop those things. There's like some imbalances within your chakras. We have some anxiety, some worries about this. So trusting more into like the spiritual side, because you're very intuitive, and you have like an inner knowing. More on like the divine feminine, I feel like. You have like a lot of subconscious inner knowing, maybe even like connected with like divine. But you've got like blocked chakras, blocked heart and emotions, blocked throat that we have to like release. And with the Hierophant in reverse, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost feeling like you have beliefs or values, or like there's things that you identify with or believe that maybe challenge the status quo, or maybe like not everybody believes in, and that's hard for you because you might feel like that doesn't like fit. that doesn't like conform with what other people believe. Or because the Hierophant upright is about like being in alignment and agreeing with other people about other traditions, other beliefs, other like religions, things like that. But when it's in reverse, it's almost like you have your own set of beliefs, and almost like you're the black sheep and you believe you're like on your own path of what it is that you play small and feel like an oddball. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, you said you don't fit in, yeah. So we're going to see what needs to be, where your blocks are, what needs to be kind of opened up. So it's saying donations, tithing, and charitable work give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time or supplies or money or any of the resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. So what it's saying is spend time like serving other people in a way that you believe in, that will spiritually support or inspire you. So whatever that means for you, and that doesn't necessarily mean like you have to donate all your money or anything like that. It just means like your time, or like kind of like how I'm doing right now, or like free readings and things like that, where I feel like I'm helping other people and it's inspiring me and it's supporting like what I spiritually believe in, kind of thing. So something that you believe in is going to help raise your energy and remove some of those energy blocks and give you more confidence, get you a little bit out of your comfort zone. But it doesn't have to be this, obviously, just something that's going to inspire you and support what you believe. Do the work. It's not enough to dream. You also have to take positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like the lush flower garden. So, whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you dream to fulfill your purpose or your calling, it's saying you actually have to like take the action steps. That sometimes you say that you need more confidence, but sometimes it's just a matter of actually just like putting one step forward is actually like all the confidence you need. It's actually just like taking the action and just doing it is going to give you the confidence. You also want to spend time in nature. Spending time in nature will help shift you to a higher vibration and remind you of infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or a hike. Meditate under a tree. Spend time with your pet in a garden. Sit under the stars, or do another activity to connect with a limitless vastness. So it's saying spend time in nature. And then we have visualize in all forms. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. Remember I said meditation? That's the meditation card right there. So I think the two biggest, or actually three biggest things, one, you need to remove the blocks in your chakras. So I think that you need to do some like Reiki or sound healing. You can even listen to like some 432 hertz music as well. Maybe get some singing bowls and try to like start clearing out like your blockages. The second thing is meditation. Start visualizing and hold that vision of what it is that you want so that you can manifest. And also spend time in nature. Know that having more intuition over ego is not a bad thing. We also have you've been training for this for lifetimes. So again, that's more of that like high priestess, divine. And then we also have dance with life. Do something to change your energy. So remember I said you have those energy blocks. Do something to change your energy. So, like I said, singing bowls, Reiki, 432 hertz music. I mean, this person's even dancing. You can even dance. Something to change your vibration and raise it up a bit. So I feel like that was confirmation from the messages I was getting from Spirit, just to say I was on the right track. So I hope that that helps. Maybe give you some ideas of what you can do to kind of clear that out a little bit. Yes, last chance to get a read if you want to donate, because I am going to sign off if not. I hope that helped you. You can look it up. I think YouTube has like a ton of it. I believe you. I think it's important to find a community that that thinks like you, that believes in the things that you do, that are like-minded, because it helps give you that confidence as well. You know what I mean? That's like what I was talking about, is like I feel like you have different beliefs. Remember I told you you have different beliefs and you have other thoughts and other things that other people don't believe, and that makes it hard for you. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. You all have a good day or evening wherever you are. Thank you so much for the donations, everyone that subscribed and liked the video. I really appreciate it. And I will be back sometime this week. If you all want to know every time I go live to have a better chance of getting a free reading, make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that it can alert you. And thank you so much, Luna Moon, my new moderator, for helping me today. I really appreciate it.